Nothing about nothing else, about anything else he told on. But that paperwork y'all bouncing around right now from 2008, man, that's some real shit.
What's up with the gang? You already know we back with another video. Shit, we about to react to Finesse2Tymes confessing 2 times. You feel me? Shout out to 1090 Jake. You already know. You feel me for the video. If y'all do like the video, leave a like, subscribe. If you're not, I would appreciate it. Shit, let's get right into it.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on Finesse2Tymes, and we're gonna be talking about if Finesse confessed 2 times and has been finessing his fans all along. Over 8 months ago, paperwork would make its way to the internet stating back in the day, Ricky Hampton, aka Finesse, sat down with Memphis police. He was asked if he participated in 2 robberies, to which he said yes. He was then asked if anyone else participated, and Finesse apparently name-dropped multiple people to investigators. With the paperwork taking the internet by storm, Finesse would jump on live to address the accusations.
He always jump on live.
If you ever been to a federal system, or if you know anybody that been to a federal system, a USP, or medium high, we got something called PSIs. They want 2 to 3 things. They want your PSI, they want your docket, and they want your transcripts from your current case. I just did 5 years and I ain't never been no PC. I done had paperwork parties. That's my first point. And your PSI, what your PSI do, to break it down to people who don't know, it's called a pre-sentencing report. Pre-sentencing investigation, one of them. And what the PSI tell is every charge you ever caught. Every charge you ever caught since you've been a juvenile, it tells if you have made a statement, if you cooperated on this specific case, or whatnot. Now, past it, because I ain't finna be breaking it down too much either. Because real street niggas, real gangsters, and time will tell, y'all will see, like real street niggas, real gangsters, real street niggas, real gangsters, they know what's going on. So I ain't gotta do too much explaining. Second, and I'm done after this, because I don't really entertain too much shit, y'all know that. Secondly, you cannot.
He entertained a lot of shit.
You cannot. That little shit I seen was, they said from 2008. Y'all didn't do y'all homework. So you niggas ain't smart enough. You know why? So you niggas ain't smart enough. You can't go get no paperwork from when a nigga was a juvenile. Do you know how many niggas told on me as a juvenile that I can't go get the paperwork to prove it? I can't pay for it. I can't look it up. If it's a case, any case number, any case docket can be looked up. Go look it up. Go find it yourself. That's all I gotta say, man. You know what I'm saying? If it's true, go look it up. Go pay for it. Go read up on it, and then get back at me.
Now, this is a perfect example of Finesse trying to finesse. He'd say a federal PSI contains your criminal history, meaning every case you've ever had, including juvenile. He'd then say it would show every statement or if you cooperated within the case. But right after, he'd say the paperwork of him snitching is from a juvenile case and that it's impossible to get juvenile paperwork. So which one is it? He'd also post to Facebook saying, "This my last time saying this shit, and I'm done saying anything about it after this." The paperwork they posted says 2008. I was 14 or 15. It's law that you can't even get juvenile paperwork. With that being said, that lets you know the shit's fake. Second, I've been to jail 5 times for way worse shit and did my time. The fuck I'm doing time for if I'm snitching? But carry on, I'ma kill him with success. Can't stop this shit. Now there's a few lies told in that paragraph. Generally, you can't access juvenile paperwork. But in Finesse's case, Well, I'm gonna explain it in a minute. He'd say he went to jail for worse crimes, which we'll get into later in this video, and that if he snitched, why did he still do time?
Get him
6ix9ine
10
snitched and still went to prison. So let's not act like snitching is a get out of jail free card. But if you've never been locked up or are unfamiliar with the system, you might have been convinced or even finessed by what Finesse said. Now I myself responded and made a strong promise.
Y'all heard what Finesse said? He said the shit's fake. Paperwork fake. You can't get juvenile paperwork, so it must be fake, right? Check it out. Now I fought with No Jumper. No Jumper always show me love. But they posted what he posted. He's saying it's fake because you can't get juvenile paperwork. But if you get adjudicated as an adult, it becomes adult records. This the aggravated robbery in 2008. Apparently, he pled guilty to this shit. And your co-defendant's paperwork is also on here. And if you was a juvenile but he was an adult, your paperwork is going to be in his paperwork. And this one of the same robberies that paperwork was talking about. And he got developed as a suspect 3 days after the alleged interview given by Finesse. But if the shit's fake, I'm going to find out, bro. And I'm going to clear your name. Promise.
So let's get it. We're going to find out if Finesse2Tymes confessed 2 times. On May 5th, 2023, a man named John Gatewood would post a Facebook saying, PSA, everything I speak on is the truth. Fuck Finesse2Tymes, he a rat. It's not a rumor or allegations, these facts. Along with a post would be a picture of an old piece of paper reading, robbery, defendant's statement, February 3rd, 2008. This is the statement of Ricky Hampton, age 15. It would include Ricky's birth date, social security number, home address, home phone, and would state he's a 9th grade student at Northside High. His next of kin would name Plariah Hampton, his mother.
Motherfucker ruffling my motherfucking feathers.
How can you get somebody's
and she just
social
got charged
security
with
number? How the hell you just do that? That's crazy.
Texas, and Whack 100 spoke to Finesse about it.
They had the whole
why
social.
you mad at me because you a rat? That nigga said something about, nigga, I touched your whole family. I sent him his mama address. He went on mute. I said, boy, you know what you fucking with? You want a Google Earth picture? Here you go. I ain't heard from him since. I said, you keep playing, we're going to put these statements out that your mama gave. She's a rat like you.
Now the paper would continue with, this statement is being taken at the juvenile court third floor interview room.
Stuff a little bro under on my face, stuffed him under on my mama.
Which occurred at Tutwiler and Hawthorne on January 28th. The statement would be made to Detective Rosario and Sergeant Robinson of the Memphis Police Department, who said, Ricky Hampton, you are under arrest and may be charged in connection with this complaint. I'm going to ask you some questions regarding the above complaint. You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to a lawyer, either of your own choice or court appointed. If
Miranda
you are able
right.
to afford one, and to talk with him before answering any questions, and to have him with you during questioning if you wish. Do you understand each of these rights I have explained to you? Ricky Hampton, aka Finesse2Tymes, would sign his initials. Do you wish to make a statement now? Once again, he'd sign his initials. The investigator would ask Finesse, did you participate in the robbery of Matthew Zilch? Finesse would answer, yes sir. Did anyone else participate in this robbery with you? If so, name them. Finesse would answer, yes, Jonathan Gatewood, Lededrick Bonds, and Daedric Mungin. Now if this paperwork is fake, let's pick it apart bit by bit. A photo of Finesse's state ID would hit the internet, confirming his name and birth date, which matches the paperwork.
Why you got his social security number on the paper?
With his name, birth date, state ID number, and the social security number on the paperwork, somebody would easily be able to confirm his social security number was real, which somebody did, but don't ask me who. So for this to be fake paperwork, it's pretty fucking accurate. Now Finesse's mom's Facebook is public, but she goes by Lachey Alexander, while the name on the paperwork states Plariah Hampton. Come to find out, her name is Plariah Lachey Alexander, but she's gone by both last names on Facebook, as well as the multiple times she's been arrested in Memphis. So once again, the so-called fake paperwork is very fucking accurate. The address given can also be found online, matching Finesse's mom's name as a previous resident. Even the lead detective, MJ Rosario, badge number 1696, would come back to now Lieutenant Michael Rosario, who was featured in the local news in 2019 for having over 22 years on the force.
More than 2 decades into his career with law enforcement, one Memphis police lieutenant is talking about what got him where he is.
Michael Rosario doesn't spend much time on these streets anymore.
I remember myself out here as a young officer trying to learn.
The Spanish-speaking Memphis police lieutenant has worked his way up the ranks.
But what about the robbery? Maybe that part was fake. Well, according to a 2008 news article, Rhodes College alerted its student body about the robbery of Matthew Zilch, who was walking home from a mini-mart just outside of the campus gates. A string of armed robberies would end with 6 people arrested. Finesse allegedly named 3 people as participating in the robberies, one of which was Jonathan Gatewood. This would be the same John Gatewood that would later expose Finesse2Tymes on Facebook. Looking into John's case, an affidavit would state, on January 25th, 2008, Richard Alma was riding his bicycle in the area of Autumn and Cleveland when he was approached by 5 male juveniles that demanded his money. Alma refused and the males knocked him off the bike and started kicking and hitting him. The victim received a broken arm and was transported by ambulance. The suspects threatened to shoot the victim and took his bike. Jonathan Gatewood was developed as a suspect, and the victim was shown a photo spread where he positively identified Gatewood as one of the males that robbed him. 3 days later, Matthew
broke his
Zilch
arm
was
and took
walking
his
home
bike.
in the area of Tutwiler and Hawthorne when he was approached by 4 males armed with a shotgun. They demanded his money and reached into his pocket, taking his cell phone and wallet. Gatewood was developed as a suspect and the victim was shown a photo spread, at which time he positively identified Gatewood as one of the males that robbed him. On February 6th, Gatewood turned himself into the robbery office where he was taken into custody. Now Finesse gave his statement and said Jonathan Gatewood took part in the robbery. 3 days after Finesse's statement, Gatewood would turn himself in. But Finesse would be brought back to the interview room 4 days after Gatewood was arrested to speak on another robbery. This robbery statement was in reference to Richard Alma, who was named in Gatewood's arrest affidavit. Finesse was asked if he participated in the robbery, to which he said yes sir. When asked did anyone else participate, Finesse said Daedric Mungin, Lorenzo Howard, and Jonathan Gatewood. So not only did Finesse confess to 2 separate robberies, he told on the first one, leading to Jonathan Gatewood's arrest, then 4 days later told on the second robbery. But what about the people he named? Well, they have something to say too.
Yeah, man, the Finesse2Tymes case, bro. The state case, bro, that whole real, man. I'm the DJ Bond, man. I'm in that paperwork, man. You know what I'm saying? With that there, with his name right there. Yeah, man, I'm in it like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about nothing else, about anything else they told on, he told on. But that paperwork y'all bouncing around right now in 2008, man, that's some real shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. I'm the DJ Bond, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a real case, bro. This ain't no game. There wasn't no game right there. Back then, nah, it wasn't no game, bro. Yeah, see, really though, man, the nigga, the Finesse nigga, man, been a flip-flop ass nigga. All the allegations y'all saying about the nigga, he been brought up on like that, man. Y'all got paperwork from 2008, fool. You think this shit a game with what? Nah, he just lying, and you know, hey, man, nigga, remember when you was GDN and all this shit, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, bro, like, we shook up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't GD, I'm cribbing, but, man, it was 8-ball rolling at these year times right here on this shit. You know what I'm saying, man? This nigga, man, is a fucking character, man. Trust me, man. Like, I'm in the black and white, man, right there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. This shit for real, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? This what y'all looking for. Man, here it is.
What's up, world? This Daedric Mungin that's in that Finesse case and that paperwork that's floating around. Yeah, this me, Daedric Mungin. I don't know what else he got going, but I know in 08, that state case that I went to jail for, that I had to go to court for 5 years. Yeah, that's it. That shit for real.
Now, back in the news article,
he literally just copied what bruh said. He watched his video and then made his video. Like, come on, y'all.
He was also arrested because of finesse.
But it's cool though, cause bruh, he snitched on both of y'all.
I won the one at third time. On the case with Finesse2Tymes in 2008. And I got all
yeah, like multiple niggas, 3 different niggas.
At the time, I served 6 months at STC. Finesse ended up giving the police the phone with the person, number in there that we robbed. And that's how I ended up doing my time.
According to him, Finesse's statements, along with Finesse handing over the cell phone taken from Matthew Zilch, resulted in his arrest. And everyone involved would end up serving time in prison, including Finesse. But instead of confronting his co-defendants who originally exposed him, Finesse would respond on his Instagram story saying, "Y'all out here killing all these rappers. Y'all need to stop killing these bloggers." In another post, Finesse would show a mugshot, a news article, and part of his federal complaint which states he fired an AK-style pistol at someone outside a club. At the bottom of the complaint, it would state he was convicted out of Tennessee for armed robbery, the same armed robbery he snitched on his co-defendants. But now he's trying to portray the gangster image and get points off a shooting case where he yet again tried to finesse the fans because he didn't want y'all to know who the victim was. According to an arrest warrant, a then 23-year-old female named Quadria Thomas provided a written statement in Forest City Police stating, on January 25th, 2017 at approximately 2:45 a.m., I was driving by Club Envy located in Forest City when Finesse was leaving the club. As I got in front of Club Envy, I noticed a road closed sign in front of the car Finesse was entering from the passenger side. As he entered the car, he looked in front of the vehicle he entered and noticed my car and began to scream very loud and viciously at me. "Move that motherfucking car right now. Move that shit before I air that piece of shit out." I replied okay and began to reverse my car in the opposite direction of Finesse. As I'm in reverse, he stands up while the car is still moving and began to aim a big gun at me, yelling and demanding that I move. At this point, I was shaking and very afraid. I finally had reversed enough to be able to turn my car around and drive forward. As I looked back, Finesse's car was directly behind me and he still has the gun pointed at my vehicle. I began to increase the speed of my car to get further away from him, but I came to an abrupt stop when I almost hit another car. I looked back to see how close they were, and that's when I saw him begin to shoot. I quickly sped off. As I turned on another road, I hit the rails with the left front of my car, causing damage. My back window was damaged with a bullet hole and caused my window to completely shatter.
Why are you shooting at a female,
I would also like to note that I was grazed by a bullet on the left side of my neck. So while Finesse would want you to believe he's out here stepping on shit, in all reality he shot at a female and had her shaking so bad she became a Moneybagg Yo fan. This was literally the case he went to the feds for, talking about his paperwork good when he didn't even have a fucking co-defendant. This wasn't a rap beef, a robbery, or a gang war. Finesse shot at a female fan because he threw a tantrum in the parking lot. But this dumbass decision would put someone else in prison. Kentrell Gwynn, aka Dirt, was Finesse2Tymes' low-budget security guard who also caught a case because of finesse. A week after the parking lot shooting, an arrest team located
I don't even like Dude. I never did like it. I don't even know one song from him.
Dirt was in the driver's seat wearing a fugitive recovery agent badge, a bulletproof vest, and a thigh holster with a .40 caliber pistol. A Glock would be found in the driver's seat next to Dirt along with an extended magazine. Dirt would be interviewed and state he'd been Finesse's bodyguard for the last few months. He'd previously worked as a bounty hunter and had a Tennessee-issued concealed pistol permit. Dirt would claim ownership of all guns in the vehicle, including a Century Arms AK pistol in the back of the Mercedes. This would be the same AK pistol from the parking lot shooting. Inside of the passenger door where Finesse was sitting was an empty Glock magazine and a receipt from a pawn shop for a Glock 23. Now, Finesse2Tymes was Mirandized and interviewed, which is interesting because this is the same guy that said on Instagram, "How I was raised, we don't make no statements. Get me a lawyer, interrogation terminated." So let's see how many times he actually sat down with the police. In this instance, Finesse told the feds the night of the parking lot shooting, he pulled out the Draco, and he is aware he is a convicted felon and cannot possess a firearm. So literally his first sentence in the interview, and he snitched on his damn self. But he advised he didn't shoot
He just
at
took
the female
the charge.
and doesn't know who shot.
He took the charge. What do you mean? I ain't gonna take that from him because he didn't want Bro to go down for it.
Federal investigators would watch the video, determining Finesse wasn't threatened or in danger, but was the aggressor and could clearly be seen with the AK pistol. Investigators would find multiple Facebook posts of Finesse flexing his security's AK, including one photo with the caption reading, "I got the Drake at the dough." But this wasn't even a Draco. It was a cheaper Raz 47. Once again, the fans have been finessed, and the only things fake so far about this entire case is his persona and that Draco. The feds would launch an investigation into the gun, finding out Dirt bought it 29 days before the parking lot shooting. They'd also recover surveillance video from the pawn shop showing Finesse entering a gun store with Dirt, picking out a gun, and Finesse can be seen leading close to Dirt saying something as Dirt counted out the money for the gun. So because Finesse was flexing his security's gun on Facebook and decided to pull and fire it at a female, the feds' investigation would recover surveillance video of Dirt buying Finesse a gun, and Dirt would be federally indicted on providing a firearm to a convicted felon. Now, Finesse posted to Facebook back in 2021 a picture of his plea agreement addendum, which highlights there is not a provision for cooperation or substantial assistance. He'd write, "Every time somebody speak on my name, I'ma post my paperwork. If you want to know about my transcripts and docket sheets, ask any real one at USP Atlanta that's jailing with me. I'm not your big homie or your little homie. I don't fold under pressure. I am pressure. I seen over 20 detectives throughout my life. I ain't never said shit but lawyer." What's weird is his plea addendum is under seal and can't be accessed. What's worse is his transcripts highlight him doing the exact opposite of asking for a lawyer. Finesse was interviewed by the ATF in Birmingham, Alabama, where he admitted he upped the Draco. He admitted to being recently released from prison and moving around with illegal firearms. He'd also advised he was a member of the Vice Lords with a large tattoo saying Ghost Mob on his back. When speaking with the Little Rock Police Department, he told investigators he possessed the Draco at the parking lot shooting, but his choice of words were interesting. Finesse would refer to the guns as our Draco and we got an XD. The transcripts would state his exact words during the interview were, "We didn't have our Draco at the club, we got the XD and he got the 45. And Finesse would say he bought the 45, but the 45 ain't in his name. With all this talk about guns, having illegal guns, buying guns that weren't in his name, it's easy to see how Finesse's security, Kentrell Gwynn, aka Dirt, would be indicted by the feds. Now, I received a DM saying, "Ask Finesse about Kentrell." He told on Kentrell in Pulaski County. Finesse was in T Unit, which was protective custody, while Kentrell was in general population. This wasn't the first DM I'd get saying Finesse was in PC either. Another DM would say, "If you want to find out more about the Finesse situation, contact the Vice Lord named in the Tennessee Department of Corrections." He made the call back then to send Finesse to PC at Hardman County for being a rat. So yeah, he told and been to PC. I was in the Tennessee Department of Corrections at the time. Now all of this is alleged and nothing more than rumor. But both rumors are coming from two different states and implying the same thing. Continuing on with the federal transcripts, there was apparently an altercation between Finesse and his ex-security guard in the hallway of a courthouse. U.S. Marshals were escorting Finesse as he was passing by Dirt when Finesse got in Dirt's face and mumbled something to him. Dirt was placed in an elevator and visibly upset. When asked what was wrong, he said Finesse put out a hit on him. That information would be confirmed through intelligence in Memphis. So not only did Finesse hire a bounty hunter to wear his badge and be his security, he'd flex his gun, have him buy guns, get him indicted, then place a hit on him. And apparently it isn't even alleged because in the federal transcripts, it was confirmed by intelligence in Memphis. Now the transcripts would also get into Finesse's gangster history, and remember in the beginning of the video, I said Finesse claimed he went to jail for worse crimes, which we were going to get into, and now's the time.
He the worst
Back in
type of nigga,
2007, Finesse was the suspect.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, take your dirt, my
phone
nigga.
After calling a female named Dominique Milbrooks and saying, "I'm gonna get you, ho. You're gonna die. Bring your retarded brother to school with you, ho." The following month, Finesse stole a bag from a female's house. Now in 2008, there were multiple robberies. 3 teens approached a male demanding money while one pointed a shotgun. He started a run when a heavy-set suspect punched him in the face, yelled bitch, and made him give up his wallet. 4 days later, a female was held at gunpoint in the same area by the same 3 teens with the same shotgun aiming at her. She didn't have anything on her to give up though. On January 25th, 2008, a victim was stopped by 5 juveniles who kicked him off his bike, hit him, and took his bike. This was the robbery of Richard Armour. On January 28th, a victim was approached, robbed with a shotgun, and had his wallet and phone taken. This was the robbery of Matthew Zilch. These transcripts would prove both of these robberies took place. He'd break into another house stealing an Xbox, he'd hit someone with a bottle, and fast forward to 2014, he allegedly beat his girlfriend and threatened to get his gun. Another incident with the same girl, he'd push her and fire his gun in the air. That same year, he'd report to law enforcement he's an active member of the Vice Lords. In 2015, while in jail for
imagine
robbery,
somebody pushing
he'd call
and shooting
a
in the
female
air.
threatening
That's,
to kill her
that's
and
what
her
is that?
entire family. So looking at his criminal history, if he isn't robbing with a group of people, all of his victims are females where he allegedly stole from them, beat them, or threatened to kill them. And not much has changed. A female exposed his mom's arrest, and Finesse would comment, "Everybody want fame till somebody die." But she wasn't scared. She wrote back with, "Everybody want to be tough, but be police at the same time." And what's even funnier is within Finesse's sentencing transcripts, a psych doctor would testify that in 2010, Finesse was in a psych facility called Lakeside. Speaking with the doctor, Finesse stated he shot 10 people when he was just 15 years old. He'd admit to pistol whipping someone, running someone over with a car, and shooting his mom's boyfriend. But there would be no actual evidence that any of this ever happened. And apparently Finesse was diagnosed as bipolar and hears voices telling him to hurt people. So while on paperwork, Finesse only goes for the weak, but in his own mind, he's a cold-blooded killer. Finesse would receive a wave of backlash after the release of Honeycomb Brazy, who went on a rampage against Finesse, and the entire time Finesse remained silent up until Brazy was arrested on a new case.
You just gonna be dead. You just gonna be dead. Your booty gotta heal up already. You already so. You can't do that right now. You in the bed so. You done got a BBL. You so in hell, man. I ain't stuck up there, gotta heal up. Boy, you gotta heal up. Boy, you gotta heal up. He thought what you gonna do to you out here paying that turkey thick ass. A little thick ass.
As you can see, I got a knot on my head. You hear me? Y'all share these junk, bro. I ain't gonna even say it on live right here. I'ma just let y'all know what happened, cuz. Come on, cuz. Man, that man let his own nigga jump me, cuz.
Listen, that's the word. K. You are K-N-O-T, that man brother. You are not. That boy got a knot. That boy knots got knots. They tried to more Lawrence, that boy. They damn near boy Lawrence, your ass.
Finesse would make an interesting post. "I don't even need a gun to kill my enemies. Out of war." It's almost as if he's celebrating Brazy's arrest, which led Brazy to think he must have set him up. That and the fact that Honeycomb was charged with his security's gun, and his security was sent by the same label Finesse is signed to. But Brazy would later clear up the rumors, stating Finesse had nothing to do with it. With Brazy in federal custody, Finesse would drop a diss song, but once again he wouldn't go at Brazy or any of his co-defendants who exposed him. He'd drop a song called Clickbait and diss me, Whack 100, and DJ Academics. Pretty much all of the blogs that posted his paperwork. And while he could have said fuck Whack or anything along those lines, Finesse would say, "I'll put 100 on Whack."
Did you hear what he said?
What?
I'll drop 100 on whack, and that's mob ties. You bitch ass nigga, why you telling who's putting 100 up? Everybody know what mob ties is. Everybody know me and Jay Prince had a little spat. You telling in a rap song.
Keep in mind this diss song came over a half a year after Finesse's paperwork came out. So instead of sending shots back then, it seems like Finesse is trying to creep around being exposed and act like it didn't happen. And out of nowhere on March 17th, Finesse would write paragraphs to Facebook, one of which he'd say, like with the paperwork situation, I ain't gonna lie, the case was real. I was 14, it was 2008. They went above and beyond to blemish my name by altering the paperwork, putting my name and info on the guy who actually snitched paperwork. Why? Because I stopped fucking with unknown vice lord after they left me for dead in jail, fought 2 attempted murders, and all types of assault charges. So 8 months after being exposed, Finesse would claim the paperwork was altered, someone else was actually the snitch, and his name was put there so perfectly along with his signatures, all because he left his gang and they tried to extort him. But if that was the case, why not just show your paperwork, or name the snitch, or say that 8 months ago? In my opinion, it's all a finesse when it comes to finesse. And after this video, there won't be much else to speak on. Finesse would claim he's ready to die about his respect, he's not calling Jay Prince for help, and whatever other bullshit he wrote. But if Brazy got out tomorrow, we'll all see Finesse back on a spiritual path. Now in my opinion, Finesse, you a bitch. And all your paperwork says you a bitch. You only go at females. You shot at a female. You didn't want to include that in the paperwork. You wanted to make it seem like you got in a bang out in the parking lot, but that's not how it went. You scared the shit out of a 23-year-old woman, shot at her, got booked because of it, and got your security indicted. And then you want to diss the blogs because people in your own city exposed you. He want to put me in his song. Put your paperwork in your song. Read out what you said on your paperwork in your lyrics next time. Don't just say my name, anybody else's name. Read that. But hey, let me know y'all's thoughts.
You got a lot to read about, my
section.
nigga.
What do y'all think? I mean, this video was long overdue. He just kept going at it. I was gonna let Wack handle it, but fuck it. I decided to jump on it. You put me in a song. You want to speak on it 8 months later? We're gonna bring it back up. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all.
Shit, y'all already know. Hey, that little shit was fire. So what's up with it, gang? Y'all already know I ain't gonna lie, the little video was fire. You feel me? I fuck with it heavy. If y'all did like the video, y'all leave a like, subscribe. You feel me? And y'all leave y'all comments and let me know what y'all thought. Finesse, boy, that boy. Till next time, y'all.